There's something funny about being the gay best friend who gets asked to help his straight friend get a girl. I should have seen it coming. Sam had never been great with women. For all his charm and good looks, he had a way of freezing up around anyone he found attractive, which is why, on a quiet Wednesday night, he showed up at my door looking lost. "I'm going out with Emma tomorrow," he said as soon as I opened the door. His tone was a mix of excitement and dread. I raised an eyebrow, stepping aside to let him in. "And you're here because—" "I need your help," he replied, running a hand through his messy brown hair as he dropped onto my couch. "I'm gonna screw this up. I always do." "Okay," I said, sitting down beside him. "But what exactly do you need help with?" He let out a long sigh. "I don't know, flirting, talking, not being a complete idiot. I've liked Emma for ages, and now that she's actually agreed to go out with me, I'm freaking out." I couldn't help but smile at his honesty. Sam had always been one of those effortlessly good-looking guys, tall and fit with an easygoing smile that made everyone want to be around him. But beneath all that, he was nervous, terrified even when it came to girls. It was kind of endearing, honestly. Well, I began leaning back. "You're overthinking this. Just be yourself. Emma already agreed to the date, so clearly she likes you. You don't have to impress her, you just have to be real." Sam groaned, burying his face in his hands. "That's the problem. I don't know how to be real around her. I get all awkward and weird." I patted his shoulder, trying not to let my own feelings cloud the moment. It wasn't easy being the guy who secretly harbored a crush on his straight best friend, but I had long since accepted that Sam would never see me that way. Besides, he was here for advice, not for me to daydream about what could never be. "How about this?" I suggested. "We'll practice. You can pretend I'm Emma, and I'll give you feedback. That way, you'll be more comfortable when it's the real deal." Sam looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "You want me to flirt with you?" "Yeah," I replied with a grin. "Come on, it's just practice. It's not like you're actually flirting with me." He hesitated, looking unsure, but eventually nodded. "Okay, fine. But if this gets weird, I'm blaming you." I laughed. "Deal." What started as a joking exercise quickly became more serious as we ran through scenarios. At first, Sam was stiff and awkward, fumbling over his words and struggling to look me in the eye. But after a while, he started to relax. His natural charm came through, and I couldn't help but be impressed. "All right, try complimenting me," I said, folding my arms as I pretended to be Emma. Sam thought for a moment before smiling. "You've got a great laugh. It's really contagious." I raised an eyebrow, genuinely surprised by how smooth that sounded. "That was actually really good. Just don't sound too rehearsed, and you'll be fine." Sam grinned, clearly feeling more confident. "See? This is why I needed your help." We continued like that for another half hour, me throwing different scenarios at him, and Sam responding with increasing ease. It was fun, almost too much fun, and by the end of it, I found myself wishing it wasn't just a practice session. "You're all set," I said as we wrapped up, trying to hide the bittersweet feeling creeping into my chest. "You've got this." Sam smiled, leaning back on the couch with a relieved sigh. "Thanks, man. Seriously, I don't know what I'd do without you." "Anytime," I replied, forcing a smile. As he left that night, I couldn't shake the nagging thought that something fell off, not about him, but about me. I had been helping Sam prepare to charm someone else, and yet part of me had started to enjoy the attention. It was ridiculous, of course. Sam was straight. This wasn't about me, and it never would be. The next evening, I waited anxiously to hear how Sam's date had gone. I kept telling myself it didn't matter, that I was just being a good friend by hoping it went well. But when Sam texted me later that night asking if he could come over, I couldn't help but feel a mix of dread and curiosity. When he showed up, he looked conflicted. Not the happy, glowing face of someone who had just gone on a great date. "Hey," I said, letting him in. "How did it go?" Sam flopped down on the couch, running a hand through his hair. "It went fine. Emma's great, and I didn't mess up. But—" I sat beside him, frowning. "But—" he sighed, looking frustrated. "It just didn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it, but something was off." I blinked, surprised. "You mean you weren't into it?" He shook his head. "No, it wasn't that. Emma's amazing, but the whole time I was with her, I kept thinking about you. I froze, my heart skipping a beat. Me? Sam nodded, his expression conflicted. I know it sounds crazy, but I couldn't stop thinking about how much easier it was talking to you. When we practiced, it felt natural. With her, it felt like I was trying to be someone else. My heart was racing now, but I tried to play it cool. Maybe it's just nerves. First dates are always weird. Sam shook his head again, more adamant this time. No, it's more than that. I felt more comfortable with you than I ever did with Emma. I didn't know what to say. Was he just confused, or was there something more to this? You've always been the one I could talk to about anything, Sam continued, his voice soft. And now, I don't know. I'm thinking about things I've never thought about before. My throat felt tight, my pulse quickening. What do you mean, Sam? He met my gaze, his eyes filled with uncertainty. I don't know what I'm feeling, but I know I don't want to ignore it. I swallowed hard, the weight of his words sinking in. This wasn't just confusion, this was something real. Something neither of us had expected. I'm not sure what this means either, I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. But maybe we don't have to figure it all out right now. Sam nodded slowly, his gaze never leaving mine. Yeah, maybe we just see where this goes. For a moment, neither of us moved. Then, almost instinctively, I leaned in and Sam met me halfway. The kiss was tentative at first, uncertain, but then it deepened and everything else faded away. When we finally pulled apart, we both sat in silence, processing what had just happened. That was unexpected, Sam muttered, rubbing the back of his neck. I smiled, my heart still racing. Yeah, but it felt right. He looked at me, his expression softening. Yeah, it did. We didn't talk much after that. There was no need to. Whatever this was, it was something we'd figure out together. No rush, no pressure. As we lay there together, I realized that sometimes the things we're looking for are right in front of us. And sometimes the person you're meant to be with is the one you least expect.